Eyes and ears, bitches. Don't mess around. Welcome back. This is part 2. It's part 1 a bit. We had a bit of a prelude of the tiger wood, a baby pink, Jazzmaster funky semi-hollow Wanna. I'm not going to fit that in a thumbnail. Okay. The first thing I've got to do with this guitar. This is my template I've made up. It's a bit jazzy, it's a bit other things. I wanted a double cut, I wanted a slightly bigger body. We've gone a bit funky, lovely, all right? I need to make a couple of templates. Here's one, obviously, I've got the outline. We get this as best as we can. Bit lumpy there, it's a bit lumpy. Bit lumpy. I'm gonna use this template. I'm gonna cut out my humbucker holes so I can use it for actually routering the body, all right? Or the top of the body. This is gonna be a bit of an odd one because normally I direct mount pickups. I don't wanna do that on this because I think it's shit. So when I chop out this semi-hollow, I'm gonna use normal humbucker routing jig, all right? So I want to be able to put my screws through this epoxy resin body and just have the little humbuckers poking through. I don't want any big gouges out. I want it to mount from the rear. So we should have a nice unbroken finish. It should look extra sexy. So that's what I'm gonna do. I haven't figured out how I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna wing it on camera. We can all figure it out together. None of us really know what we're doing. Tape measure. See, that is 42mm thick, and with our epoxy, that's gonna make a guitar that's 50mm thick, which is what I wanted. I want a big hunk of a chunk, all right? Cooking on gas. These templates are made out of the backs of kitchen units. So the first thing I'm gonna do is rough cut this one out and make a double of this. Very important. Right, so I've chopped that out. Rough as a badger's ass. That is, rough as a badger's ass. So I'm gonna stick this on here with the old tape and super glue. In the new cupboards. No handles on the cupboards. Thought we'd go no handles. We've got thick doors. Thick!
Thick.
That goes on there. You've seen, if you've watched guitar videos, you know exactly what I'm doing here. I'm not gonna explain that. Now we're gonna use the router. It's gonna get technical and we're gonna just router this off, all right? Bringing you over, darlings, bringing you over. That's that. Let's line the camera up. I'm loving having 2 cameras. I feel like a pro.
Not quite.
So separate that off. And you may be asking yourself, Paul, why have you got 2 templates? I only use 1 template. Well, that's because I am special. What is the purpose of this template, I hear you ask? Well, the purpose of this template is to create our semi-hollow regions. I am going to just quickly chop these out so I can transfer them to this. And there we go. She's in. We got some holes. That was simple, wasn't it? Workbenches just get so messy. Okay, so now onto this bad boy, we can mark them out. Don't need to chop them out, but we can mark them out so we know what's going where. So under here, I'm going to chop out a bigger space than this so that I can mount the humbuckers in there. But I don't know how. Yes, got it, right. So that is what I'm going to do. Thanks for your input. Thanks for your input there. That was useful. So we'll just chop out that much and that much. I don't even need to check that this is square. I mean, that's what I'm chopping out. This whole section. Oh, it's all getting a bit much. And we can have all the connections inside that cavity from the pots. We're onto something here. We're onto something. This is getting ridiculous. I'm going to buy some classic Gibson humbuckers for this. That's what we're going to put in here. I don't like Les Pauls, I don't like the Access. I do like them, they're beautiful. Huh? The humbuckers are always great, but I don't like the scale length, and I don't like the upper fret access on a Les Paul. It's a bit chunky, which is why I cut all mine out and sculpt it and all that sort of stuff, because I'm such a shredder. So yeah, I'm cutting that out. Now we need a cavity cut out, and this is as technical as it gets. I'm going to follow the contours. All right, we're going to make it round because router bits are round, so that's as technical as that gets. We know our bridge is no wider than that, all right? No need to overthink things. So at that point, from my center line, we are 63 mil. So if I come 63 mil here, like that, and we give that a bit of a curvy curve. All right, that's going to be my control cavity. Now we also want to be semi-hollow up here for our sound holes. So again, I'm not going to get any more technical than using my finger. I'm going to wallop that down there. It's funny really, because if I show this video to people that I know, which you do a lot when you start YouTube, I know that it's going to bore the shit out of a lot of them. But this is the sort of video that me and people that actually are interested in this, you do watch it because you want to know. Some of you are procrastinating. Some of you will never do this, but you should. So we are going to do something similar to this to a kit guitar. I'm going to buy it, and we will use this technique. We'll make a fabric top with no fancy tools, just a router and a jigsaw, and we'll do this so that I'll show that you can do it at home. All right, so you don't have to be a procrastinator. You can do it on the kitchen table, literally. Don't know, because if you're married, she will kick your head in. When I started building guitars, I didn't have all this gear. I bought it really quickly because I love tools. Love tools. But there you go. So that's what we've got. I'm going to chop this out now. And this bit I am going to do with a jigsaw because it's the easiest way of doing it. And I'll just file things a little bit cleaner. We don't need to chamber the top or anything like that. We're just going to do these bits. Bit of touching up to do. Touchy. Incidentally, you can also make these as like an inlay. I might do that as well on that. I might do that on that kit guitar. I might do that. Of course. Ideas. I'm going to sand that off before I give you a close-up. I don't want you judging me under your breath. I can confidently say I will never fall in love with a guitar that I buy ever again, because for me, this is 100% what the game's all about. Just looking for me broom. So I am, this is a waffling channel. We're having a waffle. If you don't like the waffling, don't watch, that's fine. If you want a guitar build, then find me on Instagram, follow me and DM me, and let me know and talk about what you might want, and we'll see, we'll go from there, all right? So there you go. We have got that. That is it. That's our semi-hollow template. Back in the room, Monday morning. Freezing outside. It's a little bit nippy in the workshop. Heaters at the max. This is a work in progress, and it's a proper make it up as we go along, but the result is going to be whoo, lovely. We've got our cap. You now know how to make that cap. If you don't know how to make that cap, go and watch part 1. These videos need to be watched in order, because then I've got the best chance of earning 1p. Lovely. Here is our body. It's about £9,000. Eddie Hall will be proud of lifting that one. So I'm going to prep this today. We are going to get it cut to shape. We are going to get it sanded smooth. We're going to get it thickened, and we're also going to get it hollowed out. All right, that's my plan. I'm not going to tell you what's coming up in the video all the time because I haven't got a fucking clue. I'm going to try and get the videos between 15 and 20 minutes because I know that any longer than that, your eyes start getting closer together and you can't watch anymore and you've got to start flicking on TikToks. But I also know that a lot of you, like me, are a bit older. I've got an older audience. I like an older audience, and we've still got a tiny attention span. Some of you are in danger of potentially reading the odd book. Fucking doubt it, but potentially, the potential's there. So I'm going to cut to the chase. I'm going to speed up a bit of chopping out of this, and then we'll get it thicknessed up. So I'll do it as a bit of B-roll. I won't waffle over it, and we'll come back and I'll take you through it, and I'm going to hollow the bad boy out. Cheers. Out come the ears. Out come the ears. Oh, me. Hang on a minute. Wait. Me dust bags on the camera. So we've chopped that out. You've seen a bit of B-roll. Proper exciting stuff, if you're into that. We're going to wallop on our template that we made last time. I say we, you didn't make it. I made it. You cannot see the centre line on this wood. It's an absolute nightmare. Didn't press record, didn't press record. It's a lot to think about when you've got two cameras. When I say a lot, you've got to think about two cameras. We can screw down our template because we're putting on a cap, so it does not matter. That's that, so that's where we are so far, look. We're gonna have a big well chopped out, which is not actually gonna be that deep. Or is it? Or is it? We've got to go all the way through with that. That is gonna be weird. We're going all the way through with that. If it don't work, it don't work. We'll just have 40 hours in the Swanee and a nice wall ornament. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to start by routering off and cleaning up the sides. And for that, I've got a new router bit. I've gone and treated myself to a brand new humdinger, all right? We're going to call this Betsy. She's an absolute, well, she's a little bit less terrifying than the last one. Oh, she's a cheeky little bitch. Well, that is the most terrifying thing I've ever routed. Unbelievable. That router bit was shit. It's given me a terrible result. I've only just got 2 hands left, and I've got a huge chunk missing out of there. So we've got some work to do with the sander. That timber is absolutely bonkers. If this guitar is not stable when we've done, I don't know what is, because you could build houses out of that shit. Fuck me. That was terrifying, absolutely terrifying. So next bit, we're gonna just drill out, we're gonna drill all the way through here. Nibble, nibble, nibble. Not too deep for our semi-hollow. And then our cavity, we can go through and do some shit, all right? So lots of like toing and throwing just to get it looking sexy, all right? That's all we're trying to do at the minute. Got to tidy up my holes now. Got to tidy up my holes. Do you want to see something amazing? Why was my router in so bad? That's why. Because the router bit blew apart as soon as I turned the thing on, and I didn't realise. So we're missing a blade. So Rutlands, I'm coming after you for a replacement, and I'll be reporting how we get on. Oh, it's hell of a glamorous being a YouTuber. Get to sweep up and that all the time. Fucking batteries. Una batería, por favor. I don't know where that shard of blade went, but it's not in my jugular, so that's a good start. I did have a massive bit of blowout here. It's a really busy wood, so we could probably get a little bit of a fill in there. Shh, don't tell anyone, it's just us. This one's only for me anyway, it's a prototype, so bollocks. I have noticed that my boys watch these videos with their friends. My youngest lad watches it, my oldest boy thinks I'm a tit.
Yes, that's correct, that's correct.
But my youngest boy, Bob, aka James, he watches his videos with his mates. So I've got to give a shout out to the Carradale Road Massive. Thanks. So all I'm going to do now for the rest of the day is I'm just going to glue on our top. It's my top, it's not yours. I'm going to need tempus platus. We're going to need our bit of epoxy, which has gone off, it's nice and hard now. Have you seen this close up? Is it nice and clear? A bit over here, how's that, sir, on the back? On the back? That'll do. Bit of glue, we're going to get some drippage. There's nothing you can do about the drippage. Back to the traditional tight bond, just so I'm not thrown out of the luthier circle. Not that I'm in the luthier circle, some right bitches in that circle, I tell you. Whoa, lots of friendly ones, lots of bitches. Lots of superiority complex going on in that circle. I'm not one of them. Every day's a learning day. I don't know very much compared to a lot of those guys. You're catching me 4 years into guitar making, basically. I've been a carpenter for 25 years. Playing guitar for 30 years, and then I started making them 4 years ago. I bought some kit guitars, some eBay, got really addicted to kit guitars, learning how to paint them and set them up, and then you learn to do fret jobs, and then invariably you make the leap. So I thought I'll treat myself for my birthday to a course at Crimson. When I went to Crimson, it was just as lockdown was finishing. Ben was nowhere to be seen. He didn't like the old COVID, so Ben was nowhere near the school, and I got taught by these guys, and it was phenomenal. Very quiet there was hardly any students, everything was reduced, there wasn't a pub open in the village, it was dead. I filled my evenings with wine from Tesco's and going running with Dimitri. Right, Dimitri, just in case you do watch this, I'll remember you. I was running across the farm fields with Dimitri. It's an odd line, isn't it? It's an odd line, that one. But we had a lovely time. He was very charitable. He'd slowed down for me because he was a lot younger and fit. Stop talking, Paul. Stop talking. On goes our cap. Things are coming together. On goes our top cap. I'm going to use this so that my clamps don't leave a massive great dent in the epoxy. And now I'm going to just very carefully clamp this up. So we'll go a bit lighter there. With a bit more wood rubbing. Where's me long uns? There's me long uns. Raucous, how many clamps, Paul? And I'm actually thinking to myself, on my way home, I might go and buy some more clamps. Because I haven't got enough. Whoa, fucking heavy. There we go, that's all we're doing. That is it, that's the video finish. We've got things stuck to a body, which is almost the right shape. We've got some ideas whirring away in the head, and it looks like it's gonna work. Come back next week. I'm here all week building this thing, so I should get ahead. We should get ahead. Should look rather pleasant. I'm gonna do a bit of humbucker shopping. I'm gonna go and edit some videos. It's 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm having an early day. All right, I hope you can permit me that. See you later, love it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, it's the back of my head. Back of my head. It looks good from the back. Whoa.